Today's $1,000,000 listing is actually a $990,000 listing. It's in Dupont Circle, and we're in the backyard, which looks at the back side of the commercial buildings on 17th Street. This playing field, which is usually full of kids, or at least the tot lot is, and is otherwise taken over mainly by things like the gay soccer team. And there's the spire of the Foundry Methodist Church, which is where the Clintons went to church when they were pretending that they actually had any morals. It's beside a row of new construction townhomes, and it's across the street from the Cairo, which is the tallest condo in Dupont Circle that manages to just come up to or bypass the height limits that Congress has set, saying things can't be taller than a certain height. You can see that this structure, it's a two-story house, has this addition on the back. It's one story. The addition is mainly the kitchen, and you could tear down the addition, tear it off, and then make this area, which could be a parking pad, as this brick wall, cinder block wall. You could make this area into parking and a backyard if you decided to make your house shallower back to the original depth, and it's pretty deep, so there's plenty of room to do that. Here is the aforementioned kitchen. This is an interesting house. On the one hand, it is an estate sale, and nothing in it is particularly fancy. But on the other hand, besides having this addition, it has central air, and it does have newish windows. It's completely habitable. So for $990,000, someone could move into this giant, rather plain house in Dupont Circle, where generally houses of this size would cost more like $1.5 million, or maybe down in this prime location at 17th and Q, even more like $2 million. We're still in the addition. This kind of carpeted dining room area is also in the addition. And then there is a bedroom number one. Doesn't have a closet, and it also has a door which I can't open to that back piece. This was the original back door of the house. A lot of closets. A rather large full bath that has both a bathtub with this retro pink towel and a shower. This is really obviously been a kind of group house. I think there's actually a kitchen upstairs. I think it had been turned into 2 units. So it had been kind of a group house. Probably the last one, because this is an area where tenants have all been thrown out and everything's been converted to condos or to a house. Here's a kind of bedroom number two. Now, obviously, there were a lot of people renting these rooms, so there were probably like 2 people living on this floor and then some other people living upstairs, and every room was a bedroom. This front room might have even been treated as a bedroom. And besides possibly tearing off the back, where the kitchen and the dining room are, and moving the kitchen into one of those more currently interior rooms, I think the other thing people would do is most people would blow out this wall and just have the downstairs of the house all be open. Actually has a foyer. You actually have a little standing area you can go into. Now I'm of two minds as to whether to go upstairs first or downstairs, but downstairs is so small that I think I'll go downstairs first. Downstairs is an unfinished basement. So you could live in this house and just leave this exactly like it is. It does have its own door. This could be finished into a teeny efficiency apartment, which would certainly rent. Currently it's a laundry room. And then it just, there's just nothing here. The mechanicals. Probably to make it really a legal apartment, you'd have to dig it out more. I suppose you could dig it out in the back and make it as long as the whole house, too, if you really wanted to spend money. But I'm sure you get more bang for your buck just with tearing out these walls downstairs and making this a big open space. Then upstairs, we have what's really common in DC, which is the 2-level second or third floor, where there's one piece that's on one level and one piece that's just a couple of steps up another level. This is back from when fewer people had ambulatory issues, when the population was younger. So again, here's the original back of the house. And you can see that whole area that was a kitchen was an addition. That dining room might not have been an addition, but the kitchen was. So some people would tear this off and make their backyard bigger and have a parking pad. Some people would just tear down that cinder brick wall and make it into a parking pad. Instead of having a backyard, you could build a deck on top of this and have a deck that would be up higher. That might actually be more attractive since this is an alley back here. Anyway, this is a very large bedroom, as you can see. It has 2 closets. It has 3 very bright sunny windows. And then we don't even have the lights turned on in this part of the house, and you can see it's bright. This apparently was its own little rental suite. So there was this kind of bedroom with French doors to another room, and this other room, which was in the front, had its own little kitchen. Now I assume since there's all the plumbing here for a kitchen, you could reduce this down to something like an area with a wet bar and a master bedroom. You might be able to actually use the same kind of plumbing and put in a bathroom here, and then this could be a master suite. You could put a door there, sealing it off. It could be a master suite with its own bedroom and bath. And as you can see, right across the street is really prime Dupont Circle, including again the Cairo, the tallest and one of the oldest condo buildings in Washington. 1 bedrooms at the Cairo now sell in basically between they're basically around $300,000. You might occasionally get one down to $279 or $289. I'm sure you can get ones that creep up to $349. So this house is currently listed for around 3 times the price of a 1-bedroom condo across the street, and yet it has far more than 3 bedrooms. It has more than 1 kitchen, for that matter. So it's kind of a good deal for someone, especially since it is habitable. You could actually move in and not spend any money currently, especially if your home inspection showed that the roof was in fairly good shape and no termites, and that your central air, whose duct needs to be cleaned, the tenants apparently never did that, and the property manager and the owner, although it's an estate sale now. Anyway, you could possibly move in and not spend any money right away. This is going to be sold by Wednesday. People are looking at it all weekend. A lot of people have already looked at it. It's beside Hank's Oyster Bar, a very popular and tasty Dupont restaurant, and across from Java House, a popular coffee shop. Here's what the facade of the house looks like. It's beside a sister house. People in the sister house are growing tomatoes. And the agent who is trying to sell this has been growing zinnias. And that's our $1 million listing for Dupont Circle.